This morning, I woke up to this. But then I sprayed them with Raid, and it was all good. Today I had lunch in our school courtyard.
I always want my hair.
You got nothing, girl.
I don't even have anything to flip. I'm always like,
With some of my friends. This may be a little awkward for you because it's a video.
Thanks, buddy. I've been posing for a while.
That went well. I think I'd say that went well.
but who? I was like,
Don't, no.
Oh boy, you started a war.
I never meant to start a war. No, I never wanna.
Olivia, how are you enjoying your pear today?
It's quite good.
and Nora.
Quite good.
I have a secret German accent.
And it only comes out today.
Today.
Jamie, this is your camera.
No.
Why would you just throw something at your camera?
Regret.
So it show up on the footage. Am I even in the shot? You're like shooting at my
I'm
side.
shooting at you. It's just you. Oh, and then there's Talia. Hey, Talia.
I'm late.
Talia, hello.
I hope that wasn't on camera.
And, yep, okay.
I'm a lady.
So I just got home, and if you guys didn't notice, I actually have, let me open up this. I actually have a deck on my house. We just put it on. Go ahead, I'm gonna come outside so you can marvel at its beauty. Here we go. Ooh. Ah. Okay, it's a really nice deck. Snaps for the guy who put it together. It actually has better support all along. There's a ramp here. Like, than the first floor does of our house over our basement. So it's an excellent deck. But I'm coming up the hill, marveling at the deck, which my dad has talked about putting a grill on. And it's kind of weird that he wants a grill because he's a vegetarian. So it's not like he's gonna be making burgers or anything like that. And we're not really grill people. We're not like those like barbecue, like cookout, all American type. I mean, we are all American, but we're not like the stereotypical grill people. And so I'm like, whatever. If he wants a grill, he got a giant TV, he built a deck, he added like his home office. There's things like that my dad just does, things that he just wants, and he gets them. So he's been talking about building a deck for like 5 years, and we finally built one. And he's been talking about putting a grill on it for a couple weeks. So I come home, and this is what I see. That's a grill, for those of you who can't see that that's a grill. It's actually a really nice grill. I kind of like it. Oh. Just broke the grill. I think he was talking about getting one that's half like coals and half propane. So I don't know if he did that. But there's a grill, and it's sitting in the garage for some reason, so I'm guessing that means eventually he's gonna want me to help him move it. I don't want to do that. But senior year, as I'm moving out, my dad starts to put all these additions on the house where like people can hang out. Like, this is a huge deck. Now he has a grill, so I guess we're gonna be having parties with people who eat meat, cause my dad doesn't.
So guys, it was the second day of senior year, and I can honestly say I'm starting to feel it now. I can understand what all the seniors meant about pressure and having that feeling inside of I need to grow up now.
That was intense. That was so personal, and I definitely can relate to that. I don't know if I've already said it, but I do absolutely feel like it's time to grow up now. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. But that feeling scares me. on a sentimental like senior note. I know in my vlogs I don't always talk about, what's freaking me out about senior year, but I have never had a study hall all throughout high school. So I definitely feel that pressure. I want to have a rigorous class schedule, like she said. So I've never taken a study hall, and I want to have that feeling of like I've accomplished something, like I've done something that people would think is hard, or that people, wouldn't imagine doing. And so that kind of gives me a satisfaction, but I don't think it's supposed to. I have that fear, and I guess I'm just trying to let you know you're not alone. So I promised you guys that today I would talk about the bus situation. So that's what I'm gonna do. I got my tripod out, so get ready. The buses are packed with people. What our school decided to do was they put all of the middle schoolers in like one huge area of the town, and all of the high schoolers in that area, and put them together on one bus. And I guess the idea was that seniors and like high school kids, a lot of kids' parents drive, and so they either are driving themselves or have someone to drive them. So they're kind of sending half empty buses around that particular area because most of the kids who are supposed to be on the route are driving, and that's very inefficient for the school. It saves the school thousands of dollars to have full buses go around once instead of sending half empty buses around twice, which is totally logical on a money level, but illogical on any other level. I think as a senior, it's mostly frustrating to me that I have to take the bus with a lot of younger kids, because a lot of times I'm the only senior on the bus, and riding the bus is kind of against senior code anyways. So, having to do it with like a freshman in the seat next to me who's like always looking over in my lap to see like what thing I'm working on my iPad or in my notebook or something, like looking at my camera and stuff. I'm like, ugh, if I had a car, if I could drive. But that awakens a whole different set of pressures because I can't drive. I don't even have my permit yet. And this senior year, I will be getting it. I'm 17 now. I just turned 17. But I'm like the only one among my friends who doesn't have his permit. And I was always like, oh, I'm going to get my permit when I'm 16. So if you're that guy, if you're the sophomore or freshman or whatever it is who hasn't turned 16 yet and is like, I'm going to get my license when I turn 16, do it, first of all, but don't be upset when it doesn't happen, because life has other plans sometimes. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. Today was my B day. We have a block schedule at my school. So we have 4 classes on one day, 4 classes on the other. And today was my easy day. Yesterday I had 3 APs in a row. And today I only have 1. And all my classes are honors, but it's an easy day compared to yesterday. I just saw a squirrel. Tomorrow I'm probably going to talk about freshmen, because I'm a senior and that's what we do. We complain about freshmen. But that's all I have for today. So thanks for watching.